all my fight fans. So, Jorge Masvidal had came out and said that he is unretired. Yes, his 8-month retirement is over and he is ready to come back and fight. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my 3 picks for Jorge Masvidal to come out of retirement. And these are the 3 fighters that I want to see him face. My first fight is him finishing up his business with Nate Diaz. Now, I know what you're going to say. When he fought Nate Diaz, he was pretty much destroying him, which was very true. Nate Diaz wasn't looking too good in that fight. He pretty much was having his way with Nate Diaz. But we also got to remember Nate Diaz is a slow starter, and Nate Diaz does turn up the heat a little bit later in the fight. Which, unfortunately, that fight back in 2000, I want to say, what was it, 19, I believe, was an MSG, and that fight got stopped after the 3rd round. So you never know what could have possibly happened. We all remember what happened with Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz. And, you saw Nate Diaz pretty much almost finish Leon Edwards in the last round. So it definitely will be very fun and very entertaining to see Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz Part 2 and let these guys scrap the entire fight, 3 or 5 rounds, however rounds they make it. I hope they make it 5 rounds. That'll be even more fun. But yes, I would definitely love to see that fight be made, for sure. As far as another fight to be made is Jorge Masvidal versus Big Brother Nick Diaz. I'm talking about the old school guys. I'm talking about the Strikeforce Day guys, the Elite XC guys. These guys, quite possibly could have went toe-to-toe with each other, but I know Nick Diaz has also called out Jorge Masvidal after that whole Nate Diaz fiasco that took place pretty much back in 2019. I don't think he liked the way he saw, the way he was pretty much beating on his brother, which of course no brother would like seeing that happen to their little brother. So I know Nick Diaz is very interested in fighting Jorge Masvidal, and again, that would be a very fun fight. Unfortunately, Nick Diaz has not looked quite the same. We saw him in his return against Robbie Lawler back in, I want to say 2021, I want to say it was, quite possibly 2021. He definitely was finished, and he just hasn't really had any kind of return. He's talked about returning. He's talked about getting a fight and, keeping himself busy and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it still hasn't happened. But still, I could wish, and I would love to see that fight take place. Also another fight that has to be made, has to be made, is finally the fight between Jorge Masvidal versus Leon Edwards. That 3-piece in a soda that took place back in 2019 in backstage, where Jorge Masvidal walked up on Leon Edwards, gave him that 3-piece in the soda, made him very, very famous, and we never got to see a fight that took place after that. I know Leon Edwards is the champ. Leon Edwards is a champ, and he's not just going to give Jorge Masvidal that shine, that shot, because there was once upon a time that Jorge Masvidal was on top of the world, and he would not give Leon Edwards that time of day himself. So I can get it at that certain point. I could get it to that certain degree that, hey, you didn't give me a shot, so why should I give you one? So with that being said, I know Jorge is going to have to keep himself busy. I know Jorge is also going to have to, work his way up to get a title shot. So hopefully that does happen. Hopefully that does transpire, and we can finally see these 2 guys in the octagon. I definitely would love to see that happen, for sure. A couple honorable mentions. I would love to see him versus Conor McGregor. That would be a great stand-up war, stand-up battle. I would like to see possibly him versus Justin Gaethje for that BMF title. We all know that Justin Gaethje had beaten his friend Dustin Poirier, so you never know. Maybe Justin Gaethje at 170 against Jorge Masvidal. That'll be some fun fights right there, guys. So let me know in the comments what of these fights you think could be made, what of these fights that you would like to see, or maybe there's some other fights that I did not mention that you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.